Hi, my name is Jon Sire, and this morning I'm going to be teaching arms race. So we're going to get started with just a brief upper body warm-up. We're going to focus on just getting everything warmed and stretched that we're going to be using today. So I'm going to have you guys put your hands on your hips. We're going to do just a little bit of neck movement, get some blood into our neck and into our shoulders. Take your time with these movements. They should be very smooth and controlled. They should not be super fast. They should not be super violent. Good. Big focus on keeping that posture the entire time. Try and keep your chest out, your core tight, your back nice and straight. Good. And one more time, looking up, looking down, looking to each side, and then gently tilting your head to each side. From here, you're going to keep your hands on your hips, and we're going to bring our shoulders back. Good. Just nice big shoulder rolls. And the other direction. Perfect. Good. And next, you're going to go ahead and take your hand. You're going to grab onto your palm of your fingers, and you're just going to slowly extend your arm just like this, stretching out your forearm, stretching out that bicep, working the inside of your shoulder a little bit. Hold for 3 more seconds. Good. And the other side. Perfect. As always, breathe through these stretches. Don't hold your breath. You want to feel a pull, but you should not feel pain. Next, we're going to be stretching out our tricep. You're going to bring your arm up over your head, bent just like this, and give it a nice, gentle tug. Stretching out that tricep and that rear deltoid a little bit. And the other side. Good. Perfect. And one more stretch. You guys are going to come through, and you guys are going to stick your arms straight out next to you. You're just going to do some small controlled circles going backwards, warming up those shoulders a little bit more. And forwards. Good. And time. All right. Now that we're all warmed up, we're going to get started with our workout. Very first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to grab ourselves our dumbbells right here. If you don't have dumbbells, you can also use 2 milk jugs, 2 bags that have some groceries in it, anything that you want to use that can give you some resistance. So our goal here is we're going to be doing several timed rounds. I'm going to explain the exercise at the beginning of each round. Your goal is to try and work out as much and as long as you can each round. Whenever you need to take a rest, go on ahead and take a rest. Set the weights down, get some water, completely up to you. Listen to your body, but obviously the more that you work out, the better the workout is going to be overall. So entirely up to you. You have custody over your own body. So first thing first, we're going to be doing a bicep curl tricep. So you're going to have your feet under you, chest out, back straight, core nice and tight. I can come through both hands at the same time or one hand at a time. I'm going to come through and I'm just going to do a good old-fashioned conventional bicep curl with a big squeeze at the top. After that, I'm going to come through with a hammer bicep curl with my palms facing each other. Big squeeze at the top. And then last one, I'm going to be turning my arms, and I'm going to come through with an L angle bicep curl. Same thing, big squeeze at the top. And then I'm just going to go back and repeat all 3 one more time. So I'm just going to go conventional, hammer, and L angle. And then again, conventional, hammer, and L angle. Good job. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Maintain that posture. Don't let those dumbbells pull you forward. Don't let those dumbbells make you round your back. Rest whenever you need to. Try and get one more. Good. And time. All right. Next thing that we're going to be doing, we're going to do some tricep kickbacks. To show you guys that view here from the side, I'm holding my dumbbells here. If I want to put one down, I can do that as well. I'm just going to go into a gentle split stance here, keeping my posture the entire time. I'm going to very carefully bend over, and I'm going to bring one arm into my ready position. I'm trying to keep that upper arm parallel with the ground beneath me, and then from here, I'm just going to have good tricep extension, hinging around my elbow. Big squeeze at the end of that movement, and I'm going to control it back. No violent swings, no sudden drops. I'm in control of this movement the entire time. If you want to try and make this movement a little bit more intense, you can turn your palm so that way as you extend, your palm is facing up towards the ceiling. And back and out. Good job. Try and get about 10 to 15 more seconds on this side, and then we're going to be switching arms. Good, maintaining that good position, maintaining that good posture, breathing through every rep. 5 more seconds on this side. And switch. So I'll switch my sides here as well so you guys can still have a good view. I'm taking that split stance, I'm bending over slightly, and I'm keeping my upper arm parallel with the ground. And I'm coming through, extend. Whoops. Good. Controlling that movement the entire time. If you want to make this movement a little bit less intense, just brace more of your weight on your supporting leg with that supporting hand. Good job. About 10 more seconds on this side. Try and get as many repetitions as you can. Good, and relax. So we're going to go ahead and step back up to our normal position. The next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to work our shoulders, and we're going to be doing some lateral raises. So same thing from here. I want to be in a nice strong position, keeping that perfect posture the entire time. I'm going to have a slight bend in my elbows. I never want to have my elbows locked out. And I'm going to come through lateral raise to parallel until I feel it in my shoulders, and then down, nice and smooth and controlled. And up and down. And up and down. If you want to lower the intensity of this movement, you can bend your arms a little bit more and just kind of make the angle of that raise a little bit less. If you'd like to make it more challenging, you can come up and you can hold one side as you do your repetitions with the other side and just work on some of that stabilization. Whatever it is that you decide to do, just make sure that you're doing it with great control, great posture, really focusing on that technique. I'm going to switch sides here, so now I'm going to hold this side. And I'm doing those lateral raises with my offhand. Great work. Keep it up. Keep breathing. And remember, rest whenever you need to. You have custody of your body here. If at any point in time you need to get some water, set your weight down, catch your breath, do whatever it is that you need to do. Good, about 30 more seconds. I'm going to switch back to doing both hands. Good work. Keeping that posture, keeping that chest out, those shoulders back. Back nice and straight, core nice and tight. Almost there, well done. About 10 more seconds. Good, 5 seconds, almost there, finish strong. And time. Well done. For this next movement, we are actually going to set one of our dumbbells down, or rather, I'm going to set one of my dumbbells down. If you'd like to make this movement more intense, you can still do it with 2 dumbbells, but otherwise, you're going to have your 1 dumbbell. You're going to be holding it on either side, just like this, and then you're going to be holding that nice and tight to your chest. What's going to be happening? I'll show you from the side. I'm going to have a slight bend in my knees, because same thing, we never want to have any of our joints completely locked out. And from here, I'm going to be maintaining my perfect posture, and I'm going to be very carefully hinging from my hips. I'm coming all the way down until I feel some tension in my lower back, and then I'm going to come through and I'm going to do a nice strong back extension back to that neutral position. This is also going to work your hamstrings a little bit, but the big focus is on that posterior chain, those muscles that are lining your spine in your low to mid back. Coming through and up. Very good. And up. Of course, if you want to make this more intense, you can use both of your dumbbells. You can go ahead and grab something that's a little heavier. As long as you're holding it flush with your body and you're keeping that good posture, maintaining that technique, maintaining that good neutral position. And up. Good. And up. Of course, the deeper you go, the more intense the movement is going to be. If you need to make it a little bit less intense, just don't go quite as deep. The depth doesn't necessarily matter. Everyone's flexibility and mobility is going to be a little bit different. As long as you're coming through until you personally start to feel that tension in those activation muscles, then the movement is working. About 15 more seconds here. Try and get as many repetitions as you can. Keep going, keep breathing, almost there. Last 5 seconds, try not to rest. And time, well done. So we're going to go ahead and put our dumbbells down for a moment, and we're going to be transitioning to the ground now. So, oh no, strike that, forgive me, I'm sorry, I almost skipped a movement. We're actually going to pick our dumbbells back up here. What's going to happen now is I can choose to be either in a neutral stance or I can choose to be in a split stance, whatever makes me feel more stable. For me, I'm going to stay in a neutral stance. In this neutral stance, I'm still going to be maintaining my perfect posture. I'm going to slightly bend over again, similar to when we were doing our tricep extensions, and I'm going to allow those dumbbells to be in front of me. I'm not necessarily completely hanging dead. I'm maintaining tension and maintaining that good posture. And from here, I can either go one arm at a time or both arms. I'm just going to do a controlled dumbbell row. As I come through with this dumbbell row, big focus on pinching my scaps, pinching my shoulder blades together on every single repetition, trying to get that nice full range of motion, control my way through the entire time. If you want to make this movement a little bit less intense, what you can do is you can brace one hand on your leg and you can come through one arm at a time. If you do choose to do it that way, still make sure that you're maintaining that perfect posture. Maintain that you're still getting that full movement. Get that shoulder blade all the way over like you're pinching it together still. I'll do my other arm here. Good, nice job. One of the bigger mistakes that people will make when they do rows, especially when they do one arm, is that they'll come through and they'll turn their body because they think that that helps them get their row up more. Not the case. Make sure that you're maintaining that nice, strong back shelf, keeping that perfect posture the entire time. Switch back to two hands here. This stabilization and maintaining this position and maintaining this good posture is also going to activate those muscles in your lower back again. But rather than activating it from movement, it's going to be activating it from stability. 3 more seconds. Good, and time. Now we're going to be putting our dumbbells down and transitioning to the ground. My apologies again. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be doing some push-ups. We're going to be doing these push-ups a little differently. We're going to be doing these push-ups with a tempo. So the way that this works is rather than me just doing push-ups as fast as I possibly can and just kind of letting myself flop around, this drill style is going to help us facilitate good technique and safe positioning. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to be in my push-up position. To make it more intense, you're going to be up on your toes. If you need to make it a little bit less intense, you're going to be here on your knees, whatever you prefer. I'm still maintaining that perfect posture. My chest is out, my back is straight, my core is nice and tight. And what's going to happen is I'm going to control myself down over the course of 3 minutes. So I'm going to come through 1, 2, 3. And once I get to the bottom, I'm going to come up 1, 2, 3. And down 1, 2, 3, and up 2, 3. Just maintaining that tempo the entire time. Spending more time with my muscles under tension, so I'll be getting a better workout, and it's also just enabling me to keep myself safe and maintain that perfect posture. And again, 1, 2, 3. Good, about 30 more seconds. And up, 2, 3. If you can't get all the way down with your depth, that's totally fine. Go down as far as you comfortably can. The more that you do this, the more that you work on it, the stronger that you'll get. But in the meantime, you just have to be patient with yourself. You'll get there eventually if you're not quite there yet. No worries at all. About 15 more seconds. Good, and 10 seconds. Last 5 seconds, try not to rest. You can do it, you can do it. Good, and time. Well done. Take a moment and catch your breath if you need to. I know that I certainly do, my goodness. All right. Next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be transitioning to our back, and we're going to start to be doing a little bit of core work. So, the very first thing that we're going to be doing here is I'm going to be on my back, and I'm going to be doing some dead bugs. Dead bugs work like this. I'm going to have both of my feet up off of the ground and both of my hands up off of the ground as well, maintaining that good, strong position in my back. What's going to be happening is I'm going to be bringing one arm back, and as I do that, my opposite leg is going to be extending out as well. Slow and controlled, maintaining that good posture the entire time. Similar with our push-ups, if you can't quite do this movement, getting all the way out and all the way back, totally fine. Go as far out and as far back as you comfortably can. Most important thing here is that you're just maintaining that posture, you're maintaining that positioning, If you need to make this movement a little bit less intense, you can plant and set down the leg that you're not using, and then switch as you come through. Whatever is most comfortable for you. Good. About 45 more seconds. Well done. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Good. About 15 more seconds. Try not to rest for these last 15 seconds. Really challenge yourself here. Good, and time. All right. Next movement that we're going to be doing, we're going to be using one of our dumbbells again if you'd like to make it a little bit more intense. If you'd like to maintain your intensity, totally fine. You can just do this with your body weight, up to you. What's going to be happening is I'm going to be holding my dumbbell here in front of my body. It's not going to be completely flush with my chest. It's going to have a little bit of space. And what's going to be happening is from this good stabilization position, maintaining that posture, not rounding my back super severely or anything like that. I'm going to be controlling this movement, and I'm just going to gently bring the weight to one side as best as I can, and then around to my other side. Getting that good oblique activation, getting that nice solid trunk twist, and just coming through slow and controlled. It's not a race. Try not to come through super violently. Try not to let the weight control and facilitate your movement. You are under control the entire time. If you want to make this movement more intense, you can pick your feet up off of the ground to add a little bit more of a stabilization and a balance element. If you need to make it less intense, you can set your feet down on the ground like I am now, and you can also just allow yourself to sit up a little bit more. About 40 more seconds. Remember, rest whenever you need to for as long as you need to. You are in control of this workout, and you have custody over your own body. With that said, I'm actually going to rest for a moment. Whew. So if you've gone this entire workout so far without resting, congratulations, you are officially stronger than I am. Well done. About 15 more seconds. Let's try and get it here, all 15 seconds. 10 more seconds, you can do it. Controlling that motion, maintaining that perfect posture. 3, 2, 1. And time. Well done. All right, so the next movement that we're going to be doing is going to be another kind of stabilization, another kind of muscle contraction that's going to help us hold a position. This movement is called Hammock Holds. The reason it's called that is because it's like you're hanging out in a hammock, just with more pain. So the way it's going to work is I'm actually going to be in very much the same position that I was just in for those Russian twists, where I'm going to have my feet in front of me. I can cross my feet or maintain them side by side if I'd like to. I'm going to be maintaining that perfect posture as best as I can, not letting my back cave or bend super severely. And from here, I'm going to let myself come back until I feel that tension and that activation in my core, and I'm just going to hold this position. I can cross my feet if I'd like to. Otherwise, I can maintain them side by side. I'm going to use my hands for balance. And of course, if I want to make this more intense, I'm just going to let myself come back further. If I want to make it less intense, I'm going to let myself sit up a little bit. I can also set my feet on the ground whenever I need to, but otherwise we are just holding and controlling this position, maintaining that good posture, keeping that core nice and straight, keeping that core nice and tight. Good, keep it up. Good. I'm going to rest here for just a little bit. Remember to rest whenever you need to. Well done. Good. Remember to keep that perfect posture as best as you can. If you feel your back starting to cave in or starting to round, that might be a sign that you just need to lower the intensity a little bit. No worries at all. 10 more seconds. Everyone try and get these last 10 seconds all together. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and time. Great job, everybody. Last movement that we're going to be doing here today is going to work a little bit more of our lower ab areas and a little bit of our hip flexors as well. What's going to be happening is I'm going to be lying completely flat on my back here. I can have my hands out to my side if I want to increase the intensity, or I can put them under my lower back if I want to decrease the intensity a little bit. What's going to happen is keeping one leg bent and one leg planted. I'm going to have my other leg straight out in front. I'm going to be maintaining this perfect posture, this good hip and back positioning the entire time, and I'm just going to be raising that one leg up as high as I can while still maintaining that good position and maintaining that good posture. If you feel so much that your back is starting to come up off the ground, your lower back is starting to round like mine is right now, you're going a little bit too far. Once again, it's not about how far it is that you're going. It's just about that good technique, that good positioning, and getting that full muscle activation. We'll go for about 15 more seconds, and then we'll be switching sides. Good, and just keep on breathing your way through this movement. Breathe the entire time and rest whenever you need to. Good, and switch. We're going to be doing our other side for the rest of this round. Keep it up. Remember, controlling your way through all of these movements. None of these movements should be super sudden. None of them should have weird, intense jerk. No violent movements. You are in control of your body in all of these exercises the entire time. Good work. Keep it up. Almost there, everybody. Five more seconds. No one rests for these last 5 seconds. You can do it. You can do it. And time. Relax. Great job, everyone. Fantastic work on that workout. We're going to go ahead and change gears a little bit now. We're going to start to transition into our cool down. So I'm going to have you guys go on ahead and stand on up. Go ahead and relax your shoulders a little bit. Give your core a second to kind of breathe and catch its breath. All that's going to happen now is we're going to do a little bit of upper body cool down. So it's going to be some more mobility-oriented movements as well as a couple of flexibility-oriented movements. So what's going to happen is you guys are going to come through. You're just going to be doing some tender side steps here, nothing too crazy. And as I sidestep, I'm going to be reaching with my opposite arm, and I'm just going to be going across my body nice and smooth. Step, across, step, across. Trying to keep that arm parallel with the ground the entire time. You're going to feel this in your upper back as you're coming through. You're going to feel it in your core a little bit as you twist. I'm facilitating that twist with a nice strong pivot in my off foot, not keeping anything planted, definitely not twisting or rotating around my knees. Good, and relax. Go ahead and take your arm, fold it across your body here, and pull until you feel that pull. Remember, we always want to feel a pull in our muscles, but we never want to feel any kind of pain. If you're feeling any kind of pain, double check your positioning, check your technique, or just lower the intensity a little bit. Getting that good shoulder mobility and shoulder flexibility, nothing too crazy. Good work. And switch, other side. Good. About 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Well done. Let's go ahead and do a couple of stretches for our core here. So what's going to happen is you're going to have your feet planted under you. You're going to put your hands on your hips. You're going to really exaggerate your posture here like you're having dinner with the queen. You're going to feel a little bit of stretch here in your core as you do. You're going to take a big breath in. You're going to hold it for just a moment, and you're going to breathe out, and you're going to maintain that posture, and you're going to come down as far as you comfortably can. You're going to feel that pull in your hamstrings, that activation in your hips, and that activation in your lower back. And just breathing through that movement here. And come back. Let's do the entire thing one more time. So I'm really going to exaggerate that perfect posture, really big chest, keeping my core extra tight. And I'm going to breathe in and out. And as I breathe out, I'm letting myself come down until I feel that activation in my lower back again. Well done. Hold for a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. and relax. Good job. We're going to transition to the ground one more time and do a couple of stretches for our core since we worked that so much, and then we'll call it a day. First stretch that we're going to be doing is just a good old-fashioned seal stretch. Really be careful and control your movement with this one. What's going to happen is I'm basically going to be in a push-up position, and I'm just going to very slowly allow my hips to dip down. I'm trying my best to make sure that I'm not having a super violent or super sudden motion, and from here I'm just letting my core open up and stretch as much as possible. If I need to lower the intensity of this stretch, I'm just going to kind of bring my hips back up a little bit, but otherwise I'm just very slowly and controlled letting my hips come down, opening up that core a little bit, working on some of that lower back flexibility, and then obviously getting a good strong stretch in my core. We're going to hold this for just a few more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and control yourself back up. Next stretch that we're going to be doing, you're going to be here on your hands and knees, kind of like you're in a yoga position. And what's going to happen is I'm going to be reaching with my offhand down and across my body here. And I'm just going to be maintaining that perfect posture as best as I can, stretching out that low back again, stretching out those obliques a little. I'm just going to hold this position as best as I can. Breathe your way through it. Good. Couple more seconds on this side. 3, 2, 1, and control yourself back up nice and smooth. Same thing to the other side now. Take that arm. You're just going to feed it under you, coming across nice and smooth. And if my timing matches up, you should have about 1 more minute or so left in the program time. Use that last minute to stretch out any part of you that might be extra sore or extra fatigued. And after that, we're all done. Thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate it.